do you leverage your community to hire out?
100%. And in fact, it was an intentional strategy that we did in the early days of our studio. There's kind of two mindsets we had when we first began our agency. One was that we target marketers. Everything we're putting out there, the voice, the cadence is sort of tailored towards the marketing mindset, because those are the people that hire us. And then the other idea we kicked around was, how do we make Dash Studio one of the best in our own industry? How do we make it a place where everyone wants to work at and wants to lift up? And what we realized is that if we could get our industry support, if we could have the best, most talented creatives want to work for our shop, we're naturally going to start to win work, because the work is going to get better. And that's where we played our cards. So in the early days of Dash, maybe not the most financially savvy move, but we would hire the absolute best freelancers, even though I didn't have the budget for it, to try to get their quality of work. I would pay them early. We'd pay them on time. We'd give them all the creative exploration that we could, given the constraints of the clients, so that they had an immaculate experience. And what we found is, as soon as they work with us, we're like, oh my gosh, this was an amazing project. They were more willing to share the work that we had partnered on together. They were telling their friends about how great our studio was. So very quickly in the early days, we didn't have an issue delivering on quality of work, because our roster was quickly growing and kind of building into that. And so now, fast forward 9 years later, to your question, as far as like recruitment, employee retention, we have, for an internship, for example, that we just had, we had well over 100 applicants for an internship position. And the reason we do that is because of our ability to kind of treat the community well, do all these things for the community. We pay our interns well. I haven't met anyone in the creative space who's been paying more than $20 an hour to interns, which is what we do currently. And so again, I think when you make the investments to be one of the leaders in your space, you're going to attract the right talent. And that's ultimately going to be a snowball effect that kind of propels you into the future as the quality of your work then gets better and better.